How's it going, everybody? It is I, Waddy McFly, coming at you with another video. Obviously, it's the same day because I'm wearing the same shirt. So the next movie I want to talk about in my series of how to fix, if that's what I'm going to call it, videos, I'm going to talk about Assassin's Creed. Now, like I say at every video like this, who the hell am I? I'm just a piece of shit who likes to talk about movies. I have not made a full-length feature film like these movies you're about to see. I'm an editor out in LA, so I've edited a few of them, but who am I? I'm just going to give my opinion. Why I do these videos is because I hate people who just destroy these films when they don't really understand the hard work that goes into them. There's a lot of hands that goes into it. You know, some changes are easier said than done. So this is just my opinion. And as every video I do, spoiler alert. So, Assassin's Creed. Not getting super huge good reviews, but decent reviews, mixed reviews I would say. I was not very happy. I mean, not like I was so furious I came out and was like, why? I felt like Assassin's Creed would have made a good movie. In fact, ever since I started playing it, I always thought about that, about how it would make a good movie. So when they said they were going to make a movie about it, I was like, this is great. I think this is an awesome idea. I think it's really, I personally thought it could be an easy video game to make into a movie. If you're a huge fan of the series like me, you're going to be kind of disappointed. If you're not a huge fan of the series, in fact, you've never played a video game or, you know, their video game or a video game in general, you're going to like the movie. But here are my things why I didn't like about it. And it's kind of one or two things, but it might just be more of one overall thing in general. So what's funny about the movies and what I think could have helped bridge the gap better between gamers and making it a film, because that's what I think it was the biggest thing about it, is they wanted this movie to stand on its own. They wanted it to be a serious movie, which I respect. I really do. It makes sense, you know, why they would do it that way. However, Assassin's Creed is a game, first and foremost, and it already has a fan base. It's funny because the complaint I have about the video games is opposite than what the complaint I have about the movies. And let me explain. The games start off that you follow Desmond's character. Desmond is kind of like the Michael Fassbender, for those who haven't played the video games. He's kind of taken on without him really given consent about it. He's put in the Animus, which he's taken through this journey of his ancestors to find out where the Apple of Eden is. So here's why I'm not a huge fan of the games now. Desmond gets killed. You know, maybe they're gonna reveal that he's not eventually, but as far as we know, Desmond has died. He died in Assassin's Creed 3 or Black Flag. Nope, it's 3, yeah. What I loved about the games is you got to go from the Animus to the present world, which is, in the games, is in the future. The movie, it's present time. I'm hoping I'm making sense. But what the games are doing now that they've killed off Desmond, they're spending less time in the present world, so going out of the Animus, and are just focusing, reliving ancestors. So you are in an Animus, but like you are strictly now just playing the ancestors. Which, sure, to argue, that's where the gameplay comes in anyway. That's my complaint about the games. So what's funny is now that they make a movie, my complaint is the opposite. What I mean by that is, Michael Fassbender's character, when he goes into the Animus, I don't feel like he's in the Animus. Does that make sense? To me, it feels like he's just watching a movie that they're plugging in through here. While we're led to believe in the video games, it's more like they're playing. Like, they can talk, they can do things, but when they're out of sync, they start to lose touch inside their consciousness being back with their ancestors. If for someone who's never seen Assassin's Creed or anything, you're going to be really confused. I feel like they spent too much time in the present world and very little time in the past. What I would like to have seen, once again, easier said than done, is I would love to see Michael Fassbender's character, once he's in the Animus world, he is in that world. He's in the past in Spain, and he is that character. They showed so many, like, this is what it looks like when he's not in the Animus, and we only needed like 2 or 3 shots of that. We would have been totally fine. The audience, once again, I think it was just insulting the intelligence of the audience. Like, hey, look how cool this looks that when he's not in the Animus and he's, you know. But I think it would have been cool of, like, it literally feels like he's in Spain and he's freaking out. He's like, whoa, what am I doing in Spain? There's the voiceover, like a voiceover saying, listen, like, this is what's going on. You need to figure this out. And then, you know, maybe he freaks out. He starts to lose touch with the Animus, and they bring him out because that's what happens. If you don't follow your ancestors' footsteps and you just start killing random people, eventually you get disconnected from the Animus because you're not following what your ancestors are doing. Overall, that was my biggest complaint. And I think could have made Assassin's Creed a better movie and appealing to. The reason why they're making a movie is because of the video game fan base that it has. So why make a movie ignoring all them? That's what it kind of felt like. Because not only do they spend less time in the past in Spain, but they also don't mention, like, I was kind of hoping that they would at least mention, and I know there's been talk about, oh, there's some things in the background and things like that, but see, normal audience isn't going to realize that. Like, I would rather have them be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, like, we're currently tracking the whereabouts of a character as Ezio, or we're currently looking for ancestors of Altair, who's the original, or, you know, one of the original members of the Assassin's Creed. So overall, what I'm trying to say is I would have liked to have them spend more time in the past and less time in the real world, while my big complaint about the games nowadays is we spend too much time in the past and not too much time in the present. So it's kind of funny in that sense, and I think there was just a better way to bridge that gap. Anyway, like I said, now it's time for me to shut up and listen to what you guys think. Comment below what you think, like and subscribe if you would, that would be fantastic. Follow me on Twitter at WattyMcFly, and let me know what you guys think. What did you think about Assassin's Creed? And if there's another movie that you want me to review and talk about what could have made it better, comment below. I would love to start getting some suggestions. So I post a video every week, so please subscribe like I mentioned, and thank you so much. We'll see you next time.